right, everybody's pretty much. There's a lot of Namajaya Ginoin. You guys all in bad way today or what? These students said, no aya. They said they are fine. Okay? I asked you all how you are today. This station is the Budawewin station. It is station 8 today. This is where we're going to start. This is the place. Can we say Budawewin? Budawewin means fire building. And is our fire builder here today? Come on down. Come on down.
Yeah, he's coming.
So, before we get started with that, before we get started with our first station, I'd like to tell you a little bit about who we are and what the program is about. Okay? My name is Mino Gijek. Good Sky. This is my partner Biskakone. This is my older brother. He's part of our he's our administrator of our program, Odawagush. And Boise Valliere, Greg Johnson, Wayne Valliere. We represent the Lac de Flambeau Ojibwe language program for the tribe. And we put this program on for you with the help from a lot of sponsors and a lot of partners. We have LDF Police Department that's here today. They've been a big help. They're here for you guys. They're here to have a good time with you guys. They've donated their time out here. They've been a tremendous help throughout the week for us. We couldn't have done this without them. We have Glyphwit back there. We have Tom Copeland. We have another game warden back there.
Everybody.
We'll be working with you guys today. We have a lot of good things planned. We have youth centers here today. Is the youth center here? Oh, guess not. Okay. We have the education program. Joni Thieball's here. She does your education stuff. This is Matt over here. He's the director of activities for Camp Nawakwa. So as you can see, we have a lot of people that care about you guys as Anishinaabe students. And we care about you a great deal too. And we want to share some stuff with you today. It's called Ojibwe Winter Games. Ojibwe Bibuni Atadiwin 2012. The other classes that participated did real well in the competition. Hopefully you guys will do the same. Okay, so this program, the first thing we're gonna do today after we leave here is the competitions are out on the ice. We have 4 competitions that are scheduled today. There's gonna be medals given to the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd places for the girls, 1st, 2nd, 3rd for the boys, okay? So we have 4 competitions out there. The first competition is Gunika Ganebig Atadiwin. Gunika Ganebig Atadiwin. Who knows what a Ganebig is? Anybody know what a Ganebig is?
Snake.
A snake, exactly. You know what Gunika is? What's Goon? Goon, when it's on the ground, that's called snow. So a Gunika, where are the snakes now? They're sleeping, right? Not the snow snakes. They're alive and they're well and they're waiting for you guys down there to play with, okay? And this marks a really historic time, this game. We'll get back to that. The next game that we're gonna play, the next competition in Station 2, we need to be listening, guys. In Station 2, we have what we call the Kobajigun Minawa Jimagan, which is the hoop and lance game. And what there is there's a hoop out there. It's got a circle with a web weaved into it. It's colored. It represents different points. You're going to get to throw at that moving hoop to see who's the best thrower in the spear, how accurate you are. So that's another competition 2. After you're done with that, competition 3 is a paganatig, which is the spear throwing game. Okay? And that's an ancient hunting tool that we've had for a long time. It's the grandfather of the mitigwab, the bow, okay? We started out a long time ago just throwing a spear. That was the first hunting tool. We figured out a better way to throw that spear. So we added a paganatig, a spear thrower, so we can throw this spear. 1,000 years later came the bow and the arrow. The bow and the arrow has only been around for it predates the bow by 1,000 years, the atl-atl. It's called the atl-atl in the Aztec language. It's been used all throughout North America and South America, this tool. Natives have developed this, all tribes all across the nation, all across North America and South America. across the world, you know, to be exact. But anyway, you're going to get a chance to throw this thing, and we're throwing it for distance. First, second, third place girls, first, second, third place boys, okay? That's competition 3 at station 3. Station 4, Niwan, station 4 is going to be Agimug Gagweji Ikande Idiwin, which is snowshoe racing. You're going to have to put on some snowshoes, and you have to do a mad dash about 100 yards and back. First 3 places, again, are medal places for boys and girls. All right? We also, after we're done with the competitions, at 11:30, we're going to have a traditional lunch for you, which is wild rice soup and deer meat stew and fried bread and good stuff like that. And so at 11:30 is lunch. After we're finished with the competition, we probably won't finish it before lunch. We'll come back after lunch, we'll go out and we'll finish the competitions, okay? Find out who the winners are. Then we're gonna start what we call the demonstration areas. Demonstration areas are stations 5, which is the first one, is Aquawawan. Who knows what Aquawawan means? Raise your hand if you know what Aquawawan means. Aquawawan is spearing through the ice, okay? Who all speared through the ice around here? Okay, we have 2 tents set up there. There's some guys out there that are gonna show you how it's done. You're gonna get the jigamino. Maybe somebody's gonna luck out and get a mashkanuje today, who knows? But good luck to you all on that. They'll be demonstrating that. Station 6 now, we're gonna go on to land. Station 6 is Giwasewin. Giwasewin means hunting, okay? There's some ayabig. Who knows what an ayabig is? An ayabe. What's an ayabe?
A buck.
Ayabe is a buck. Neo ayabig. There's 2 bucks standing over there in the woods waiting for you guys. You're gonna get a chance to use a mitigwab, minawa, a pikwak. You're gonna get a chance to use the bow and the arrow and shoot at those bucks over there, and we're gonna see who's the best over there. But you're gonna get a chance to do that. They're going to talk to you about hunting over there, how we hunted a long time ago to how we hunt today, how we use the meat. All of this stuff is done in a respectful way. Okay, getting back, after that is Station 7, okay? Station 7 is Wani Igewin, okay? Wani Igewin means trapping, okay? We have Glyphwick here. They have some a trapping station set up for you. You'll be going to that station. They're going to be giving you a presentation on trapping, talking about the stuff from the fur trade era, when it was our economy, when we were our ancient allies, the French, talking about some of that stuff, talking about the different sets that we used back then, as well as the way we do it today. And a lot has changed between now and then. But in Anishinaabe, we still use those animals, and we still trap today. A lot of trappers around yet today. So then, Station 8 is Budawewin, okay? Because time is going to be limited, and we have you all together right now. We're going to do this presentation first. Then we're going to go out and we're going to start competing, okay? So, we brought down a young man that has listened to his elders. A long time ago, we didn't always have a big lighter or quick light matches or blow torches or even atom bombs a long time ago. We had to rely on what we had in nature to be able to boot the way to start a fire. A long time ago, we got this gift. Ishko Day. Can you say Ishko Day?
Ishko Day.
Ishko Day means fire. Okay. It was a gift from our great uncle. His name was Winnabuju, okay? Winnabuju Ishinakazo. He was our great uncle at Anishinaabe, okay? He had to go and he had to steal that fire because there was across the land was an old man that who had 2 daughters that he lived with who guarded the fire. He had Ishko Day and he wouldn't share it with anybody. One day, Winnabuju and his grandmother were in their wigwam. They had to wrap up with a lot of furs to keep warm because they didn't have Ishko Day. Winnebuju's grandmother told Winnebuju about this man to the north that had this Ishko Day and how it would make the lives of the Anishinaabe much easier if we had it. So Winnebuju said, he said, I'll go and I'll get that fire, grandmother. Winnebuju was half money-do, half spirit, and half man. He could do things. In a flick of an eye, he ran across the lake and he ran into the forest, and in a blink of an eye, he crossed the land. He ran and he ran and he came to this place where this wigwam was. When the Buju looked out and he see that wigwam, there was a pond in front of that wigwam. The ice was really thin. So when the Buju looked out and seen that wigwam, that's the first time he seen smoke coming out of the top of that wigwam. Wow, Winnebuju. Winnebuju start thinking, how am I going to get this fire? He said. So what Winnebuju means in Ojibwe means the great rabbit, okay? Winnebuju turned himself into a small baby rabbit, okay? He hopped across that thin ice and he went stood in front of the door of that wigwam and he started acting like he was freezing. Pretty soon those girls come out and said, oh my God, look at that cute little white bunny rabbit. He's so cute. Winnebuju started acting like he was freezing like that. Pretty soon, oh, let's take him in and warm him up by the Ishko Day, okay? So those girls picked up, that man's daughters picked up Winnebuju as a waboos and brought him in. Winnebuju was looking at that fire. Oh man, that felt good. Getting nice and warm like that. And pretty soon, their dad was sleeping in the back of the wigwam, snoring like that, snoring away. And pretty soon he woke up and he told his daughters, who'd you bring in here? He said, who is that? Oh, it's just a little bitty rabbit we brought in from, a little waboos we brought in from outside to get him warm. He goes, I don't know. He goes, I heard about there's a guy over there. He said, call that. His name is Winnebuju, and that could be him. He could be a money-do. That could be a money-do. So, no. No way. His daughter said, why would a money-do want to be this little bitty rabbit, father? They said. So they put him down next to the Ishko Day, and then all of a sudden, when the Buju start thinking like that, he wished that fire would pop. You guys know how that fire, when you make a fire, all of a sudden it'll spark and pop every once in a while. When the Buju wished that fire to do that, and all of a sudden the coal flicked off that fire and landed on Winnebuju. And all of a sudden it landed on his coat and it started on fire. Winnebuju, right away, he knew he had that fire, so he took off for the door right away. And that old man jumped up and said, see, I told you, he's stealing our fire. That's at Winnebuju. He threw his hatchet at Winnebuju, missed him. Winnebuju went out the door. That old man started shooting arrows at him, on the ice like that. And shot all his arrows off and he started chasing Winnebuju. He fell through that ice. There was Winnebuju. It was getting nighttime. You could see that fireball bouncing across the ice, and pretty soon it went through the forest and it was gone. After a while, he made it back to his grandmother's wigwam. She had prepared Ishkode Wadaswan, a fire nest, and some kindling, biscuite noggin, okay? Winnebuju shook his fur. It's the first time we had Ishkode. Inside of the lodge, warmed up, and it got nice and warm. Winnebuju's grandmother took off all of those coats she had. They had fire. Pretty soon, with that fire, there was light, and they could see inside their wigwam at nighttime. Winnebuju was sitting there, warming himself by the fire. And grandmother said, look, Winnebuju, she said, I can't believe it. She goes, look at your nice white coat you have. It's all brown, because it had burned up from that fire. And Winnebuju said, yep, he goes, I'm going to keep it that way, he said. He said, it's to remind the Anishinaabe that I'm going to give this boot away to this fire too, he said. He said, to always remember what I had to go through to get fire for them, he said. He goes, in the summer, he said, my coat will be brown just like this, he said. It'll always be brown. So when you see the rabbits in the summertime, their coats are always brown like that. And then when baboon comes, it turns, there's goon on the ground. What color do the rabbits turn? Anybody?
White.
They turn white. So and that reminds us what Winnebuju had to go to steal fire, so the Anishinaabe have it easy. So we have to respect fire. Fire can do damage, great damage. So we had that fire. Then Winnebuju taught the Anishinaabe to do this. Ishkote what the swan. He's making a fire nest now. Abacha Bagatanamoin. He's using his breath to blow on it. This young man paid attention to his elders to do this. All of the stuff that he has there are out in Bitaguwa King in the forest. Voila. Aho! And this is Gage Hockings. He's Nick Hocking and Charlotte Hocking's grandson. He came to share Boudouin with you. So now, Gage.
Now you can cook my marshmallows.
Now you can cook his marshmallows. Walleye marshmallows. Okay, so now you're gonna follow me and let the games begin.
Let the games begin.